Member on our website, overtake.gg.
Premium members enjoy extra benefits such as an ad-free browsing experience, special community deals, discounts, and Overtake Turbo, which provides setups, coaching, and one free esports setup per month powered by Track Titan.
Another cool feature are community reviews, so you can have a chance to contribute and share your opinion on not yet released hardware or games.
Join as a premium member on overtake.gg for just €1 a month.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I'm doing a live voiceover every time this premium clip is playing, so naturally, right? Yeah, since I'm already here, I thought like why not skip the timer? So we have a lot to do and to talk about today. Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome Hero Foxy. Snap it by Dan. Snap by Dan, yeah. Hello, Heal and Tony. Yeah, the usual ones here. Great to see you guys. Good day. Yeah, I watched WEC. I purchased the €9.99 Imola pass to watch the 6-hour race yesterday, and it was a pretty good show. I have to say. Do I regret spending €10 for it? Probably not. If you look at the entertainment value that you get and the production that you get for €10, it's like going to the cinema. So I kind of try to justify paying this money, like comparing it to going to the cinema, to a movie or whatnot, to a movie theater. So I thought it was worth it. But I mean, if you get I think it's $50 for the whole package where you also have Le Mans. But I think Le Mans will likely have a free TV stream. So I did not purchase the big package because I think some of the races might be still going, free TV. In Germany at least, so sometimes there are live streams and such, but yeah, you never know. So yeah, I was just super curious to see the race and the outcome, so I couldn't resist spending the money. But it was worth it for me, I have to say. It was a great race. I mean, there's non-stop action, really. That was super entertaining. But yeah, we will talk more about the things that I thought like were super interesting for Le Mans Ultimate as the official WEC simulator. And yeah, we can jump in game basically. I signed up for the next race, so we can immediately start racing here in 5 minutes in WEC Experience. Yeah, let me get a little warm up. It's the first time driving here today. So let's get a little feel here for the Lexus. Interesting part, I switched cars. I switched now from Hypercar to GT3. And this is what Kevin instantly came up with, as we are going to tackle this Friday's 6-hour Imola race. So we're going to be, in the 3 p.m. Central European Summer Time slot on Friday, 6 hours, with Kevin and Sven together. will try to survive in this car. And I think it looks amazing. I almost never see good-looking Lexi, but especially the front end with this like stripe design in the front looks super, super good. So yeah, let me get one lap here in our beautiful Lexus, and you can let me know if the audio is okay and such. Yeah, WEC is always great to watch, says TJ Gaming. Yeah, it was really good. I did not watch the full 6 hours, but I certainly watched 4 hours. So 2 hours and maybe 2 hours and a half from the start, and a little bit of the ceremony show. That was also amazing with the Italian national anthem and all of that. And then I watched also the final 1.5 or 2 hours. And the cool thing is that they always show these highlight clips in between. So what happened in the last hour and such. So that was really good. Oh, someone lost his wheel. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Hi. This is what Peugeots are doing, and hypercars in particular are sometimes doing. Wow. It's only glad it's just a practice server and not a race. Yeah, Peugeot pretty unlucky. I mean, I think their junior driver messed it up a little bit. His first ever stint, and he just on cold tires, he just lost the car. I think also in the Rivazza or in the first corner. That was super unfortunate for Peugeot. It was so cool to see that Toyota with the refreshed car was pretty much on pace, but ultimately I think they won the race via strategy. And this is the first topic that I can come up with that LMU is still missing, especially in those longer endurance races, that is virtual safety car. I think we already have a button assignment for virtual safety car mode in the cars, but it has not made its way into the game yet. But this is certainly something that, yeah, can get the field kind of back together. That's so much fun to see. So everyone has a new chance, everyone can like rethink their strategies. And yeah, with a quick reaction you can win the race, as Toyota have shown basically. I think Ferrari still had a slightly better pace, but Toyota with that move, with the correct timing, with the strategy, yeah, they were able to bring the one car in front, yeah? That was super nice. Yeah, okay, it doesn't really make sense to drive much more around here with the cold tires when we are about to hit the session in a second. I'm still a horrible qualifying driver. Yeah. And yeah, so virtual safety car means if there is an incident on track, they pull the virtual safety car. That means all of the drivers have a button on the steering wheel and there's a countdown basically it's also shown on the wheels and everywhere, and you get it via your radio, and they are counting down like 10, 9, 8 and so on, and then you have to press the virtual safety car button, and it's like pit limiter basically. Like if you approach the pit, you have a certain speed. I think they go 100 or something, or maybe also 80 or 60. It's not code 60 in that sense, but it's like you are not allowed to overtake. You can only hit a maximum speed without the physical safety car being on track. It's basically that. And yeah, that's still missing. I think there is even is there a button assignment already for virtual safety car? So that element is still missing. And then the interesting question would be, how could they implement such a thing, right? Because usually if someone in LMU has a crash, they would just, escape to the garage, and there's no danger in that sense on track. So the way LMU has to implement this is that there is a chance of a virtual safety car coming out when there is a yellow somewhere. So when someone crashes, for example, I don't think they have the do they have VSC button here? Maybe I saw it in one of the other games. Yeah, maybe it's not here yet. No, it's not. Okay, we have to join our race. Yeah, we are doing the 1 hour Imola race in GT3, and yeah, we have 4 splits. We will certainly end up in top split, I'm afraid, but that's fine. We have to practice at the end of the day for Friday, so the better the strength of the field is, the more we can learn maybe as well. But yeah. So it can be frustrating too, right? Because sim racing is always so easy. You can easily calculate everything, and you know what happens generally. I mean, there is stuff that can happen that you don't have an influence on, like traffic crashing into you or whatnot. But I think a virtual safety car could be an interesting factor, especially in those special events with 6-hour races, 12-hour, 24-hour races, where there might be a chance of 1 or 2 virtual safety cars per race. And there's a chance, for example, if someone causes yellow, there's always a, let's say, 5% chance that the virtual safety car is triggered, and then you have a virtual safety car for 2 or 3 laps, and the field can get together, kinda. Something like that. Even better would be the physical safety car, of course. I mean, I've seen that in games like R Factor had a physical safety car, I'm pretty sure. So the safety car is not a new thing in sim racing. It was done before. You could even have someone assigned to be the safety car driver. Maybe it's a feature that would be more fun for leagues and communities, not so much for online daily racing, but also for special events. How nice would it be? I'm sure we would find volunteers that would be willing to drive the safety cars in the different splits. That would be so much fun. But yeah, because it like cramps together the competition, you know, and that's sometimes needed, especially in the longer races. You end up in no man's land pretty quickly sometimes, and don't ever have a chance to keep up with some of the fields again. So that could be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the physical safety car is already there. You're right. It's waiting there in the pits, and I think Studio 397 is working on that for sure. Then another element that I found quite cool is this concept of the gentleman drivers, especially in the LMU GT3s, where you have a mix of bronze drivers, silver drivers, gold, platinum drivers, and whatnot. And this will be more complicated to implement in a game like LMU, but imagine it like this. I mean, we have the license system already, yeah, in online racing. Imagine for a special event, you would have to build a team consisting out of maybe 1 silver 2, 1 silver 1, and 1 bronze driver or such. I mean, yeah, in reality, we all know that people would certainly exploit the system by having multiple accounts and such. And letting someone drive that is faster than his license, but I thought it's a cool idea to have this minimum seat time for everyone, and then having teams consist of different skill levels. I mean, that could even help, yeah, some bronze drivers that are stuck in silver 1 and whatnot to, yeah, learn from the experience from gold drivers or silver 3 drivers or so. But I think right now the license system is a bit heavy towards the center in LMU, so many people are silver 1, silver 2, and you can't really get past that, only with a lot of grind. There's not many gold drivers, I think. Maybe 90% of the drivers are, or 80% of the drivers are silver. So yeah, that's that. But I felt like in the broadcast for the WEC Round 1 in Imola that also the field was closer together, and the strategies turned out to be more interesting as well than in the game currently. But that said, it was remarkable how close the racing and the visual style of the things that happened, and the lap times as well. The lap times are so close between LMU and real life. For hypercars as well as for the GT3s, like the car performance, where they brake, where they shift, it's all super on par. It was nice to see also how you manage the traffic here in Imola. It is very similar to where hypercars overtake GT3s. Super interesting. Yeah, how close together the car was. I mean, the hypercars almost all were in the same lap. Until the very end, right? Okay, this is the first time lap, but the tires are still super cold. I need minimum of 60 degrees before I can attack, and we don't have a lot of time. But the next one I will focus on lap time performance. So we need a good starting. Are we in the top split, by the way? I think so. I don't recognize any of the names yet. Car feels really stable, really good. Oh, nice, Kevin. Good job. Shout out to Kevin in the chat, by the way. He's the man behind the livery. I'll show you once again. It's really nice. Like, I have to show you the car maybe in the replay as well later, because it has this nice callback to TRD liveries with the stripes. Okay, let's focus now. Now it counts. We have 2 laps. Go, go. My goal is a 44 flat.
Lap 147.23.
Tire's not really there yet. No, that was not a good line. Yeah, Lexus was really sad. 2 cars at the same time were out. Do we know what the issue was, by the way, in the meanwhile? One car had a transmission issue or something. The car that stopped basically here. Just after Aqua Minerale, one of the Lexuses were out. And the McLaren was also pretty sad, yeah. The Garage 59. McLaren. Yeah, the orange one. Half an hour before the end of the race, he was out. The sad reality of endurance racing sometimes. Okay, next lap has to be it.
Lap
44.5. Car should be better now. Oh, slightly lifted. I'm closing in on my 44 flat goal. I have to get quicker. We can extract a bit more here. Yeah. Looks like we are almost there, but there's still a lot of time to find. As you can see, the pole setter with a 42.1, that's so steep. But that's esports level. That's not where we... But 43.5 would be super good if I can make that happen on Friday. But qualifying is never really my strong suit. I will be as quick in the race probably with my fastest lap in the race, like this quality time. But we are pretty much in the middle of things, like 14 out of 24. And it is indeed split 1 out of 4 for now. Yeah. It's like the time was flying. Watching this WEC race, really, you think like 6 hours is a lot, but there's constant action, stuff happening all the time, and then even the weather change. In between, it was not heavy rain, but still super, super nice to watch. You sent us an email about a software. Okay. Have you also sent a message on Instagram? Yeah, more rain would have been even more fun. I agree. Yeah, maybe send us a message on Instagram. This is where I will see it, and I can forward it to whoever it belongs. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what you came up with. Because especially our email inbox can be quite overwhelmed. Okay, 1 hour. I will go flat out. I will not care about fuel saving because that's our strategy for Friday as well. I did a little bit of calculation on how many stints we have overall in a 6-hour race if things go well. And if you consider sometimes you have to repair maybe and such, we will just go flat out. I think it's then 8 stints or maybe 7.
Formation lab.
But I think it's worth going just flat out and not fuel save games. That's my learning, at least from the 12-hour race that we did. Oh, Skizera, that doesn't sound so cool. What's the problem with your LMU? And have you tried to delete the game documents folder and such, like the usual hot fixes for these kinds of things? But I can tell you that our own Emily Jones, she can't play LMU. Her CPU seems to have issues with it. Okay, we are just here. Okay. Now concentration. Yeah, thank you, Sorta. And yeah, fingers crossed here for the race start. Let's go! Let's go racing, boys and girls. The first guy has a drive-through already in P11. Tier 1 survival mission. Keep it easy, keep it easy. Look for cars that may have spun. Yellow. Yeah, there's a hypercar in the grass. Little contact, but we are free, clean air. Cover the inside to not have any surprises here. And we made it to P12. Nice. No safety car. But we discussed exactly that topic. How nice would it be to have virtual safety car and safety car in the Ultimate? That's the next big feature that will change online racing. I see the video title already. This feature changed LMU forever. Oh, the hypercars are wild. Problem is that we will soon have some hypercars in our rearview mirror that's... Oh, yo. That's when people are not patient and cautious. But nothing wild happened. I think our rear is okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's yellow, but it should be okay. And another car, another hypercar in the grass, and the GT3 as well. My goodness me, what a start. Yeah, that's something I experienced all weekend when I drove LMU. The people go wild in the first 2 laps. I don't know why. But people are super impatient and want to gain a lot of positions immediately. And that's not really the lap to attack, because as you can see, the tires are not super warm yet, so aren't the brakes. There's the first Peugeot in our rear that tries to catch up with the rest of the boys. P9's really good, considering where we started. We should now not let the gap get too big to that Porsche here in P8. But usually the top 10 in the top split are usually the super fast guys. Won't be easy, especially while streaming and also chatting with you guys. For Protoss, are we now playing StarCraft? The Protoss license. Oh my goodness me, the catching up hypercars. Yeah, what I also learned from switching hypercar to GT3, obviously the rhythm is kind of different in how it gets interrupted by traffic. So as a GT3 driver, it's also quite tricky to not get too distracted by hypercars. And some of them really brute force their way through the traffic. That's doesn't feel nice as a GT3 driver. Especially Imola, some corner exits, and they are super impatient sometimes. But we will see. Traffic should hit us in about 8 minutes, I would say. Towards the 48-minute or 47-minute mark, maybe. Car is working like a charm. I'm pretty sure that Stephen Hood mentioned something in regards to safety car features in one of the developer blogs. Or maybe it was even in our interview back then. So I'm sure it will come. Could also be a nice feature for the single player, of course, like for the career mode. Having to deal with safety cars.
Lap 144.78.
Oh, there's the first track limits. Oh, 0.5, that hurts. I think in the hairpin I'm a bit too much on the inside maybe. I have to look what the others are doing there. But yeah, my idea with... How do you like my idea with the licenses? That in some special events maybe A GT3 team has to consist of different license drivers. Like minimum 1 bronze driver. Yeah, but the problem will be that people will not play the system in a fair way. They will have some friend that is usually a gold player. He will create a second account with a bronze account. That will happen for sure. But it would still be nice if that would be possible. Maybe that's more something for a league or a series that is hosted outside of the internal LMU game, so to speak. Testing the off-road capabilities of the Lexus. It has a little bit of Toyota DNA, so it should rally. It's really hard to... Oh, a good gap to P11 already. I have to really extract everything to stick to this group in front. And that AMG behind us also pushing. It's remarkable how much less virtual energy the Porsche uses. I'm pretty sure that he's not pushing, and usually the Porsche is a bit harder to drive here. I think Imola, if you plan to tackle this 6-hour event from Friday on, it will be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Multiple slots where you can register with your team. So it is a team event with driver changes. And in GT3 I think the meta is clearly Lexus and Mustang. Because these cars are usually pretty friendly to drive on these important combinations where you can lose and win a lot of time, like Aqua Minerale. But also here, like, the front engine cars are always so stable. That's why you will see a lot of Lexuses and Mustangs maybe. I tried the Mustang as well, pretty tricky. Not as stable as the Lexus is, at least with the setups that I tested. Always a matter of setup, of course, yeah, and hypercars, and that's one of the other reasons why I switched to GT3 for now. The meta is so strong with hypercars, like everyone's driving Peugeot. It's either Peugeot or Ferrari usually. We have to look into the hypercar list, or maybe see when they arrive here. You will see it's basically like a Peugeot Cup. Yeah, and they are coming. You can see the minimap. The red dots are mixing with the green ones. Yeah, it's really hard to close the gap, wow. Career mode should influence your license level. Maybe not. Let's maybe separate online from career mode in the sense of licenses. Okay, there's a... Wow. He should have waited. Is this the leader? I can't imagine it's the leader. He wouldn't drive so shitty. It's the leader, okay. Sorry. He's certainly a pretty strong driver. The Norwegian here in the caddy. But yeah, Peugeot 1, Peugeot 2. Let's count the Peugeots. 2 out of 3 were Peugeots. And I can see 2 more Peugeots coming. It's Yannick's dream, basically. I think Yannick dreamed of it, and now it happened. Everyone's driving Peugeot. Yeah, what? 2 Peugeots? So 4. He even rocks the 2025 livery. Nice. Flag, another Peugeot. Okay, that's the 5th Peugeot. Oh, we drove close by. Mr. Smits from the Netherlands. Okay, 5.
Time 1:45.24.
5 out of 6 hypercars, Peugeots. The next Peugeot. Haha! Oh, this Apex so much. Oh, there's a BMW. Wow. Hero. Mr. Stein, you are an absolute hero. We're going off meta. Says the guy in the Lexus. Yeah, I try. I think we catch up a little bit now. But we are in his back almost. The Mantai Mertens Porsche. Hey, there's a Porsche hypercar. Wow. He's also rocking special livery. It was a good example of traffic management by him. Looked really clean. Oh, my mic. Yeah. Oh no, mic should be good. Oh. I was encouraging the Porsche and now he went to the gravel. Okay, there's another Peugeot.
Time 1:44.95.
Yeah, you can certainly say it's 66 to 70%. Oh, the Porsche's off. He's coming back. Wow. He's taking the agricultural route. Oh, he's diving. Now the AMG is... Oh, no, that destroyed my rhythm. Oh, P8, nice, beautiful. René, is it you in the chat? Can you start a poll maybe? If people watch WEC on the weekend? Okay, the Porsche is back on track. He's behind the AMG. Oh, BMW slightly drifts it. He's doing what a BMW is supposed to do. But at least in this group here, we have a nice mix of different brands. That looks good. Yeah, I think the Corvette is also a pretty good option on this track. Overtake.gg is all I need. Poll is up. There's only one viable answer though, that will surely water out the result of this poll. Yeah, what was also sad to see, the absence of Porsche in WEC on the weekend. Yeah, I mean, we have Genesis now, and it was good to see that most of the field is competing. And what made me super happy is the visitor record. So WEC Imola had an absolute new record when it comes to visitors on track. There were like 92,000 or so. That was insane, and also all the grandstands were full. So good to see in 2026 that motorsport is alive in that sense. Oh yeah, Porsche was really missing. Genesis did a pretty solid job, I would say. They were not too far off the pace with car 17, I think, and car 19 had just a slight sensor issue where they had to get the car into the pits during the start phase of the race. This is our chance to snatch this. Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't want to go full risk because I saw hypercars coming, so I couldn't really benefit from the mistake the Beamer had there. But since a few sectors I have the feeling that the guy struggles a little bit with rear grip. So maybe there will be a few mistakes by the BMW. And I was surprised by Alpine. Alpine looked pretty good. Pretty competitive. They also had a few updates to their car, like aero-wise. And I think what was the team that changed the complete driver lineup? Was it Peugeot? Or was it Alpine? I think the commentary mentioned one team that almost changed the entire driver lineup. I think it was Alpine. But Ferdinand Habsburg, he's the heir to the throne. Yeah, like Habsburg, he's an actual son of this monarchy dynasty. Pretty interesting as well. But he did pretty well in the Alpine. Okay, this BMW gets serious now, found some pace. Fuel-wise, we're looking not too bad. It will be 15 laps from now. Until we have to stop. I'm still not happy with this corner. So can find some time. Yeah, my best lap is almost qualifying pace already with a super full car. Of course, in the race, you always have a bit of slipstream. But it's nice that we're in a nice group still fighting here. Oh, there was someone was gone off. Yeah, the Peugeot P16 Rossi in the 2026 livery Peugeot. Oh my god, he's struggling. And what I also found remarkable in the broadcast was the mix of Goodyear and Michelin advertisements. So they had the Goodyear driver of the day and the Goodyear blimp flying everywhere, but then at the same time the official tire is the Michelin tire. Oh. Now he's out. Okay, we got him. Nice. Now the Porsche is also attacking him. Yeah, oh, they collided almost. That gives us some buffer towards the back. Nice. So all eyes to this yellow Lexus now. Yeah, historic content I think is also set for Limo Ultimate at some point. I think the next steps for them are basically 2026 pack content with the new liveries and the changes to the cars and stuff. And then next focus is in parallel. I think they're already certainly working on a console version. And then it will be the career mode later this year. And then maybe, who knows, next year I could very well see some historic content. Hey Pishbot! Good to see you. This guy is crazy fast, by the way. P2 here, Jore. That might be one of the fastest hypercar drivers in the service. He's driving non-stop. I see him in every single race and he's always P1, P2 in hypercars. Crazy, crazy fast guy. Also driving Peugeot, of course. Oh, this guy again. That was a better exit this time around. Yeah, like, with the feel that you get from LMU, that combined with some historic stuff, that would be great. Also, LMP could be awesome. That was not so ideal. Broke my throw a little bit. So yeah, the top group is back in action here in the GT3s. We can overtake on the right. Oh, that was brutal. Knock knock. Tars Racing. I'm here. From the right. But if you look at the minimap, you can see how close the competition still is in GT3. Like, almost from my P7 to, yeah, basically P15 is basically in one sector still. That's really remarkable. Yeah, so GT3 racing is really, really close in LMU because it's quite doable to get to the pace or to a specific pace that's maybe not top level, but at least it's very close together. If you're only 1 second or 1.5 seconds behind the top drivers, you still have a lot of competition behind in that area, kinda. Okay, Porsche coming. Lift and coast here a little bit. Yeah, the yellow Lexus used less fuel. He's on 44, whereas I'm on 42. because I'm going flat out. He's certainly lifting here and there. And that can save you a lot of virtual energy over time. I mean, in this 1 hour race, it doesn't really matter too much. 3% are basically 1 second that you have to wait longer in the pits. And it's not really worth it for me to sacrifice the on-track pace for now in favor of a quicker stop. The only thing that could happen is that he can stop 1 lap later than us. It's also not really a super big deal in this short race. You can still mess up the pit entry or the out lap to find your balance and such. So this hypercar driver behind us, he was patiently waiting until we approached Variante Alta. That's how it's done. Not like squeeze your car in between. Just wait and avoid crashes. Nice Peugeot Cup here this week in Imola. We have 20 Peugeot 98X. No, is it 9X8 or 98X? Oh my god. I hope Yannick does not see this. Our big Peugeot fan. Sliding a bit. That's what I like about the Lexus. It's so nice to, even if you do some dumb stuff, you can still catch it very well. Like a little counter steer, a little brake impulse, and due to its friendly front engine nature, it will get back to the line. Did I ever tell you guys the story of me with the Lexus RCF Track Edition? The real car? It was the carbon Track Edition thing. And you know, on my Germany channel I used to review cars. And you will find it on YouTube actually. If you look for P1 TV review Lexus RCF, you should be able to find it. It's a grey, nice car. It has the V8. I think it's the same V8 that this car here has. And I have to tell you guys, it's the only time I ever damaged a review or test car. At one point, turning on an intersection, the rear overwhelmed me a little bit with its power. And I hit a little cone with the front on the outside of the road. And it completely broke one of the carbon fiber canards in the front. So this car is basically the closest, basically street version of a GT3 car probably that Lexus has for this RCF generation. It's quite old as well now. But yeah, that was that. Not great. And I was really sorry for causing that damage. It was totally on me. 100% my fault, but yeah. The cool thing is, Toyota Germany still assigned test cars afterwards to me, so they were upset a little bit, I guess. But yeah, that happens, I guess, also with journalists. I don't know. I did not receive the invoice for this. Gladly. But it's covered by insurance. And basically the cost for the manufacturer is not the same as for the private individual, obviously, but it was still horrible. Like the feeling of damaging that carbon fiber front plate there on the car. That was not great. So this is my little story that connects me with this Lexus that we are driving here. Otherwise, it was a fantastic car. But you would expect it's more of a Gran Turismo type car, even though it's a track edition. It has a carbon fiber hood and everything. But the car feels more tame, but at the same time, on the limit or if you drive it more spirited, it can become really unpredictable with its stock suspension. It's the same reason why people have issues in Ford Mustangs. These cars tend to, like, the counter steer, you have to be very quick to catch the car, kind of, when it starts to slide. So yeah, weird things can happen there. But it was certainly a learning. But yeah, the engine was beautiful. It had a 5-liter V8, similar to a Mustang, basically. 510 horsepower. It was a joy. But the Lexus V8 is a very clean V8. Has a very clean technical note to it. This luxury appeal, kinda. It's not as raw and rough as a Coyote in a Mustang. A bit more tame, of course. Oh, which NSX? The old or the new one? Both are great, obviously. Oh. You misjudged the corner a little bit. Yeah, NSX is my absolute dream car. Like a 1990s NSX. Oh. NSX Type R. Yeah, now we lost connection to this yellow Lexus. That's not great. And we are by far the heaviest hitter when it comes to virtual energy. My right foot is a bit too heavy. First gen, oh, nice. But some say you should never drive your dream cars in case they are a bit underwhelming. It happened to me with the Supra MK4. If it's stock, it's not really a super nice car to drive. It's really more like a Gran Turismo car in terms of a GT car, in a term of being more settled, more calm, and not really sporty to drive. I think Supra MK4 you have to tune a lot to make it this cool Fast and Furious Gran Turismo car that everyone loves. One of the best cars that I've driven is the Mustang GT500. Yeah, the very last. Because in the current gen Mustang there's no GT500 yet. They now changed it to Dark Horse. Or GTD is basically taking the spot, I would say. But the last gen GT500 with this dual clutch transmission that was mind-blowingly good. That drove so well. Totally different to what you expect from American muscle. Because it was really sports car level of handling. Remarkable. Yeah, Ford is really killing it with the Mustang. Such a great car. But yeah, you love it or hate it, right? Same with the Mini Cooper. But I'm more in the love corner. Yeah, the GT3 even has a Dark Horse logo, I think. Okay, the crowd is back. The hyper crowd. Yeah, track limits are good. We have 4.5 out of 4, that's good. I have to adjust my fuel soonish. On the straight I have to think about, because in 5 laps it's about time. tires.
Lap 144.48.
Okay. Oh, looks like we are catching this Corvette. Oh, P5 would be an absolute dream. Yeah, what I also learned now in GT3 is give the hypercars a clear signal. Like, where are you going? After some corners, you have to make a clear decision. Should he be overtaking me on the right or on the left? And therefore, have a clear body language with your car. Even if it loses you a tiny bit of time, if it can avoid a crash, that's still worth it. Like changing to left or right, like here, for example, I immediately changed to the left just to make a hypercar clear that he can overtake on the right. That makes their life also easier. Yeah, they will use some less time in the pits, the two in front of us, maybe.
Lap 144.85.
Maybe not. Yeah, 36 will be okay for the refueling. Yeah, maybe the Corvette had a little moment somewhere. Gap to P8 is okay. 1.6.7. In real life, in WEC Round 1, I think the tire consumption was a bit different to Limo Ultimate. I think they had a heavier use of the rear rides. Maybe. Because I saw some GT3 cars changing only the right side tires, or the left side, I don't know. Maybe it was the right side should be heavier on the tire wear. And it's quite balanced here in the Ultimate, in this car at least with the setup. This could be an attack. We are super close. Let's try. Yeah. Maybe next time. But we shouldn't lose too much time because, yeah, you can see behind us. There's a crowd coming. So yeah, he will probably see that coming now from the inside. No, that's not enough. No, we're losing time, nothing else by trying this more, so I will wait for the next major mistake and try again, but he's a quick guy. Sometimes you have to try, right? That's also something that I saw in the real race. The discrepancy between strategies and virtual energy use is a bit different to the game. And the cars were able to take longer stints. But I also saw that some of the hypercars especially did a lot of fuel saving as well. They were constantly lifting and coasting. Oh man, it's so close. I'm a bit afraid of the pit stop, that we are going to lose some time. all positions. So I need a spot on pace now to defend this. You mean 3% when not pushing? Here, yeah, I know. Like you can make 3% per lap here in this GT3. I'm more on like 4%. But I'm maxing out every single braking point. It's just, for me, a bit more comfortable. I think when you're at that point and you're super trained and confident and have a lot of practice, then you can maybe start jiggling around with this a bit more. But I feel like when I start to drive more energy focused, I'm quite slow. I mean, that's the big skill that you need in the Ultimate, to be honest. Is optimal driving and not just fast driving. Like if you pretend like every lap is a qualifying lap, you will not come very far in this game, especially in the longer events. This makes me a bit nervous, to be honest. This bunch of cars. One mistake and all of the progress is gone. Yeah, the track limit is okay, we take that. It's one more lap until we fuel. Yeah, if you enjoy the race and the live stream, we're super happy about every single thumbs up and like and subscribing to our channel. Yeah, and again, I said it in one of the last videos already, but thank you guys for 180,000 subscribers. It's an incredible number. Is there a stadium that has a bigger capacity than this? Probably, right? Some of the biggest stadiums probably have 200,000. Don't know. What is the biggest stadium on Earth? I don't know. Yeah, we are so low on, so high on energy consumption. Everyone else was probably lifting more. It's interesting. But yeah, what do you expect from Top Split? They all know the tricks. Especially the Mustang. 11%. I mean, you certainly can't finish the race on one tank of fuel. But still. He saved so much more than everyone else. But he will not attack as he knows, hey, this Lexus will disappear in the next lap. But yeah, we will certainly not hold 7th position. I doubt it. Ooh. Was it 61 or 60? That was quite... Whew. I hope we do not get a drive-through. That would be not great. Okay, they started refueling. Yeah, 14 seconds. If we had one more lap and had to refuel 32, we could have had a pit stop with 13 seconds. And look at the Corvette. Yeah, okay. What is he doing? Okay, all good. Ah.
That time was a 2:16.49.
Motera Stadium. Okay, let's see where we will end up after the pit stop. I guess P10 or something, P11 maybe. This outlap is super important. And we don't have a drive-through, nice. Daytona, I don't know. Daytona is a big stadium, yes, but it's also very limited in terms of where the grandstands are. That would be interesting to know. Like, I imagine Daytona might have a capacity of 80,000, 100,000 maybe? Just an estimation. By the way, tomorrow we're going to stream Assetto Corsa Evo Racing Club. We'll have a GT3 race at Sebring. 130,000. Okay, that's big. It's massive. Okay, the outlap was okay. Let's see where we end up now. With 11 minutes 50 to go. Overtook a few cars already.
That time was a
And
58.9.
okay, we are still behind. Oh, there's Jore. We got the yellow Lexus. Nice. That's not bad. Pretty good. And there's Murdoch in the Corvette. But Barbiano is someone that overtook us, I think, through strategy. Yeah, true. Indianapolis, also massive stadium. Daytona, 125,000. Okay. That's more than I expected. But yeah, it's... I visited this place in real life, Daytona, in 2019. And I even... Yeah, we took a tour around Daytona International Raceway, the World Center of Racing. It was really cool. There was no race or anything, but we just, yeah, like private, like guided tours around the track in golf cars and such. On a normal weekday, I think it was even. And Daytona Beach, you can drive onto the beach with the car. That's something very special. It's a massive, massive sandy beach there, and we were able to park there with the rental car. Okay, 9th position, and there are more cars coming out of the pits, but as I said, we lost a little bit of ground. Mertens in the Porsche is also in front of us. But that should be it, kind of, in terms of losing positions now. And we had a good battle against the Porsche previously, so maybe there's a chance to catch P8, P7. It will be a good battle here for the final 10 minutes. 350k in Indianapolis. Okay, we are far away from this number with our YouTube subscribers, so make sure to help. I want to fill the stadium of Indianapolis with our subscriber number. That's the goal. Seats and capacity, yeah. Oh, he's going for the gap. No. Smits, why are you doing this to me? Couldn't he have waited a bit more? Oh, we lost the second.
Time 1:45.04.
Oh, that is now track limit. but that should be okay for the final stint here. But these guys don't have any mistakes or some traffic intervening with them. It doesn't look too good, but yeah, Porsche gone a little bit wide there. Now let's see what this Peugeot does to them. He's squeezing in between the Corvette and the Porsche, and we are just back at the diffuser. Yeah, I lost only 2 positions. I was afraid I lose more. I won, basically I gained 1 position in the pits and lost 3. Because we got this yellow Lexus in the pits, at least. But then lost the position to, I think, Murdoch and Balbiano. They were fuel saving like crazy, it seems. So they didn't have to refuel as much. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Porsche, why? Oh, wait. Why is he not patient, man? Porsche was off track. I mean the GT3 Porsche, but why is this guy going for that gap? If he sees us fighting for positions and then he fights for nothing. There's no car around, just wait. Be patient, boy. Oh, we are so close. I can smell the exhaust. But that's not a good point to attack, to be honest. Oh, the Mustang also. Oh, he's a lapped car, the Mustang. A little extra element of chaos. Oh, the yellow Lexus is closing in now, unfortunately. Oh boy. Okay. Oh! Peugeot on the grass. Okay, 5 minutes to go. I don't know if every hypercar driver is aware of the overtake safely rule. That a GT3 does not have to give you space or anything. Like, you have to make sure that you overtake safely. I don't know if everyone is really aware. They think like, blue flags, I know this from Formula 1. They have to jump out of the way, but that's not the case. Can't emphasize this enough. It's something that people have to understand. As a GT3 driver, you usually stay within your racing line, and maybe sometimes at the corner exit or so. Like I said, you give hypercars a signal or you decide quickly for a line, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, they have to make sure that they can pass safely, and that's it. Yeah, that's the whole gentleman's agreement in multiclass. So they are the ones that have to wait. It's not us that have to. Shit. That cost some time. But some damage reduction was done here. In worst case, we can still make use of some of our leftover track limits. But the time to attack is certainly over. It's more like defending P9 and be happy about a good top 10 result. And that we had a super nice race with these guys. This GT3 field was a charm to compete in. Okay, it's 2 more laps probably. Yeah, we can only count on hypercars causing some issues for our competitors. Question is, where does the Corvette has its strengths and weaknesses? His exit was certainly not super good. Yeah, strong defense here. Eliminating every chance of getting a better line. Let's dip the nose here to make him a bit nervous. Oh, he also clipped the bump here. And Lexus is also, oh no. Eyes to the front, eyes to the rear. Tricky, tricky. Oh, the Mustang, is that a position? No, it is a position. Mustang was off track, P8. Let's go. Final lap, maybe? I think it is. Or maybe not. Yeah, 1 lap to go, okay. The chat, the game chat. Yeah, I'm pretty confident for Friday, like 6 hours will be a lot of fun. Pretty confident in the car, it feels amazing. Super stable, forgives a lot of mistakes and such, so yeah, it's really, really nice. Like close racing, what do you want more? Also, the LMU's netcode allows for this close combat, it's just such a charm. Oh, both go wide. Is this our chance? Come on. Push, push, push. Good exit here and then go flat out. You had to take some serious route here through us, our group. Yeah, okay, that's it. Couldn't benefit too much from both going wide, but what a nice race. The dust in our face here. Great group. Shout out here to Murdoch and Mertens. That was an amazing race. P8 in top split. I think I can be happy with this. Might want to do another one, to be honest. I need some training. It's the last opportunity really to practice this in racing conditions. Because I think tomorrow the schedule will change again. Let's rewatch the start maybe. Yeah, tomorrow there will be a new schedule. I don't know if Imola will be in the mix, so there's the nice livery that Kevin Vennett created for us for Friday. There will be some little changes. Still, it's version 1, kinda. It's not version 1. He experimented a lot because the car is quite tricky to design. You almost never see a cool-looking Lexus. I don't know why. The car's shape somehow makes it difficult to design the car, but yeah. I think that looks really cool. This like stripe design reminds me a lot about Toyota racing development liveries from the past. So that looks really, really cool with our colors. Oh yeah, that was a slight bump in the rear. But yeah, we survived all of that. Good one, good one. Fun race. Okay, let's leave the server, see if we gained anything. Yeah, thank you for the GGs, also Pituzer and Matze. Yeah, we do another one. That was so good. I can't get enough of this.
we gained nothing, I believe. Yeah, I'm really stuck in level 2.5 silver, kinda between silver 2 and silver 3. It's almost impossible to gain more for me. It's I reached my peak probably, but platinum. What comes after platinum 3? I don't know. It's almost full, the bar. Nice. Okay, let's go back to online and just sign up for the next race. Maybe there's yeah, another one in 13 minutes. We can quickly scroll through the special events tab and see if we can already sign up. Yeah, so this is the special event starting a Friday. I think we're going to sign up for the 3 p.m. slot, 1500 Central European summertime. So around the same time as the stream started today, we'll start it on Friday. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, it will be quite wild and mixed probably. Because I don't know about the ranks, if they matter and such, because everyone signs up as a team. And yeah, we'll see in what kind of split we will end up. But yeah, I'm certainly good in a good preparation. That wasn't too bad what we've just seen there performance-wise. Yeah, lap time could get a little bit better, especially in qualifying, and I need to focus on that for the next one. Yeah, then also there's the weekly race, also Imola. So if you want to prepare also with your team, yeah, for the special event, there are some good ways to practice still with this weekly event. That's also still happening tomorrow. Oh no, it's not. It's actually only today. Just 3 more of these today, or 4 more of these today. During the night as one as well, like 1 a.m. in the morning. It's probably a bit steep if you are a worker. But maybe later today, it's a good chance. This is a 1 minute 40 race. I did that as well, but that's not so sufficient for my training routine for the 6-hour race, because it is quite fuel save intense. Because you have this 1 hour 40, you need 52 minutes of stint time. That means a lot of fuel saving, actually. So you need to extract 2 more laps than I just did. And that's not my perfect training ground, let's say, if we want to go flat out. But if you have a fuel saving strategy, this weekly race could be the one to go. But yeah, and then tomorrow the whole schedule will, of course, change again. P2 on Friday is the special event. You can see here 6 hours of Imola. It's a team event. And we'll be live streaming this here on Overtake. So I will drive together with Kevin Bennett and our colleague Sven. And we're taking the 3 p.m. slot. If you want a chance to race against us, maybe sign up for this as well. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be happy to greet everyone here in the live stream. It will be a chill race, hopefully. Okay, yeah, let's sign up for the next one. In between, we could also quickly check maybe the WEC page, because that's the title of today's video. What can learn, or what is missing in Le Mans Ultimate still that the WEC kind of provides in terms of racing action. And yeah, we talked about it a little bit, especially during the start of the race. I think the main takeaways are the virtual safety car that, yeah, mixes up a lot, and that is really, really fun, having virtual safety car and also the real safety car. I think that's the main feature that is currently missing from Le Mans Ultimate. But I'm also pretty sure that they work on this. So yeah, here we can see again, like Toyota yeah, won the race yesterday, in case you missed it. WEC, the World Endurance Championship, had their first race of the year. And yeah, Toyota won in the hypercar class. That was really, really cool. I think especially the strategy decision when the virtual safety car was up, getting some fresh tires, balancing out this like stint, etc. That really favored them. And then they also, like Toyota number 7, I think it was it Buemi was in car number 8, right? I think it was Kobayashi in the 7 car that held up the 51 Ferrari quite a while. It was cool to see. So Giovinazzi had a hard time behind the number 7 for a while, and it also played a big role in the number 8 taking the victory. And yeah, then like I said, Alpine was the other big surprise of this first race in Imola. them taking the 4th spot here, basically. And they seem to have a really competitive car. I mean, if we look at best laps, they probably don't give away too much because, yeah, what team would focus on getting the fastest lap in the race? Probably none of the teams. They are more likely sandbagging a little bit for the BOP and such. So I don't know if this is the maximum that the cars could go. In the race, probably not. It's more about managing the energy. The quali lap was, I think, 130, or was it even at 29? But a very low 30. So the cars can go much faster than this. But during the race, they are all managing the energy and lift and coast and such. So the lap times are significantly slower. Yeah, then let's look at GT3. The GT3 was also interesting. Now it's white. Okay, that's the standings then for WEC currently. Yeah, Peugeot was also pretty good, but they were super unlucky with losing the cars then. So 0 points. Yeah, the BMW. What's interesting about BMW is they're going to have a new design every race, and they resemble classic M Sport livery designs from the past. And this one won yesterday, Team WRT, and this is a Tic Tac livery. I just, like, during the race, I was like, yeah, is this a Tic Tac livery? I think it's a Tic Tac inspired. It's not Tic Tac per se, but it's inspired by one of the E30 race cars from the past that had this Tic Tac and DTM and whatnot. And yeah, they will have more liveries for each race. It was said. So that could be quite nice also for Limo Ultimate, but a lot of work for the livery designers of LMU because they have to create multiple of these BMW liveries. And I think the BMW M4 GT3 is already one of the cars that has the greatest liveries in the game. So yeah, that's quite rich, I'd say. Yeah, what else happened? Yeah, I mean, the debut of Genesis, of course. That was also cool to see. Yeah, that's the next races, by the way. Yeah, this is again Toyota celebrating the victory. How much time is left, by the way? 6 minutes, okay. Oh, so let's see how many people signed up for this. Yeah, that is the finished one. Let's go here. Yeah, BMW is doing it only for the LMU players. Yeah. Yeah, true. If we look at the results again, we haven't looked at the GT3 result. It was remarkable how the Porsches came back because, like, after 2 or 2.5, oops, internal server, the Porsches were in no man's land, kinda, and then they came back. So yeah, they came back in P3 and P4, especially number 92 with this unsafe release. They almost crashed into a Toyota at the pit exit. I'm sure on YouTube you will have some race summaries now on the WEC channel, so you can look up basically the highlights of the race if you missed it. But it was a super interesting race, especially from a sim racer's perspective, who's doing a lot of LMU recently. It's it creates such a connection having the official game. I think it's also true for Formula One games. If you really know how it, like, feels to drive these tracks in these cars, how the racing feels, that makes watching the real thing even more interesting. Yeah, I mean, we talked about Genesis already. They've done a pretty remarkable job. I think they were just 1 second off the pace. And I think one of the commentators also mentioned how remarkable it is. They just basically put together 2 Hyundai i20 WRC rally engines, built this hypercar in like 2.5 years, or even, yeah, I don't know when this program started, but in a very short amount of time. And they are all almost there. So that will be interesting to see how this develops throughout the year. But yeah, pretty nice. Good to have them. Also, the different engine nodes with the Aston Martin V12s, and then You have this new engine node from the Genesis. It's just such a beautiful class right now with all the different engines, different concepts, and yeah, really, really cool. And then you have the old school teams like Toyota. Yeah, the only thing that is missing, obviously, is Porsche in hypercars. That was pretty sad to see that they pulled out of this. But yeah. Yeah, my tops are in hypercars are basically, yeah, Toyota, of course, with the reworked car, like getting 2 cars on the podium and the overall victory. Alpine, pretty strong. Ferrari, as strong as ever. Peugeot, it will be very competitive this year. If Peugeot had less trouble, they would have also fought for the podium positions, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we have at least 4 or 5 manufacturers that can fight for podium positions this year in hypercars. That's really, really good. And I mean, yeah, GT3 is always interesting. We saw many cars that can perform. The Fords were also fighting, like the 88 Ford was also fighting for podium at one point. I remember when watching the broadcast. So at some point they kind of lost some position. I think one of their bronze drivers was maybe a bit slower, but I have no idea. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, 2026 season update for LMU will be nice. Some cool liveries to have for sure. And I think some cars are reworked slightly, like the Ford Mustang, I think, has some tweaks to it. Some more flaps in the front, maybe. I don't know. Maybe slight changes to some of the cars. And yeah, is there a car that will be missing from 2025 except the Porsche? Is there any GT3 that was left behind now? Or is it all the cars that were around this year? I don't know. Okay, we're doing one more GT3 race for now. Yeah, BMW seems also strong, true. They were just behind, yeah. They were also fighting with the Alpine around P5 and such. So yeah, it looks very competitive. Yeah, okay, the Lambo disappeared a year ago already. Yeah, GT3 is identical, yeah. But first it looked like real life would mirror LMU because it was quite a Lexus meta. But then it turned out... But things seem to change a little bit now. If we look at the participation, there are many AMGs as well. I think the AMG might be one of the cars that could be interesting in the long run. It seems to be pretty good on fuel and virtual energy usage. So maybe we will see also a lot of AMGs on Friday. But yeah, also, otherwise it's a really good mix of almost everything. No Lambos. There's almost no Lamborghini. Or there's no Lamborghini. Interesting, but just a few McLarens. There's one Lamborghini only signed up for this. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Silver 3 drivers. It's probably guys that we will see again. DeBee, Smith, they certainly will be in our split because I will, if I look through the list with S2, we will certainly end up in top split again. Yeah, that's the only thing that's a bit frustrating because in top split I can never fight for a victory. It's impossible because these guys are just 1.5 seconds off the pace. They are in their own world. These like more esports focused drivers that allocate more time for this. But yeah. Yeah, you don't see. Hello Mamba Racing. Nice to see you here in our live stream. Yeah, we are joining the next one. Yeah, it's never possible to get a complete balanced BOP in sim racing because there's too many data available and people can practice too much. The only thing to circumvent this would be a championship where you have to decide for the car at the beginning of the championship. And then maybe on some tracks your car is superior, maybe on other tracks the other. Like in real life, it's always a matter of, like, for example, the Aston Martin hypercar. on a track like Imola, it's not really favored by its design and BOP, so it's more strong on the faster tracks like Spa and Le Mans. But that's always the case. There's always this one car that is maybe superior to the others on a specific track. It's just the natural thing. The problem in sim racing is that everyone can pick the same car, and it's not limited, like in terms of the choice that you can make. But yeah, I mean, as long as there are 3-4 cars that are super competitive and are viable choice, then it's cool. I mean, especially in the 6-hour event, it will be different because different cars will have different virtual energy consumption, and therefore it will be more mixed, I guess, in Friday's race than today. I think in a sprint race, the Lexus is the way to go. It's a good balanced overall car, but I think in the actual event we will see a bit more variety, hopefully. Okay, I need less fuel, I think, for the 7-minute quali. I think 16 liters should be enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So if you have the correct strategy, or if you can, like, with big brain, maneuver them out with a different car, yeah, it's possible for sure. For the fact alone that you can maybe save one pit stop in, let's say, the Merc over the Lexus, this is already huge. If you are able to extract the same lap times, the car will be hugely superior. But yeah, that's always this little gamble you have to take. Yeah, let's finally get a better qualifying. I mean, our lap times in the race were in the 144s. So usually in qualifying, I should be able to extract a bit more. But that's always my problem. I can never match my race pace in qualies. Reason of this is maybe the tire. It doesn't get up to the temperature quick enough. So I will try to focus on heating up the tires as much as possible now. In this outlap. A little bit of water. I don't think that they will touch the GTEs too much anymore. Maybe not their development focus. I want temperature. The tricky part is to get temperature without completely destroying the tire. Yeah, I think the GTEs won't be the focus for CB397. Probably not, but who knows? Kinda want to drive GTE again, it was always fun. Okay, Cam is also back. Yeah, what do you think, guys? What's your anticipation? When will the 2026 season update go live? Maybe during Le Mans, maybe? Could be, right? So my educated guess would be maybe before or during the Le Mans event. The real Le Mans 24. Yeah. Yeah, Le Mans is a good guess. They've always been doing... Last year, I think it was the Aston Martin, right? That they've dropped the Valkyrie. Or was it already the year before? I don't know. Always around the mall, they do something special, of course. I mean, yeah, we already have the Genesis, which is great. We are only missing really the updated GT3s in terms of AMG, Ford, and the refresh of the Toyota. But as far as I understood, the Toyota is just it's just a facelift. It's under the hood is still the old car. It's not like a new car. It just has a different name and certainly a few tweaks for aero.
Time 1:45.61.
Maxing out track limits. Tires should be good for the second or for the last lap. Let's see. Yeah, Porsche maybe as well, yeah. Yeah, they all update their GT3 cars. Somehow. If it's just a little flap somewhere. Now the best Italian track for me is probably Imola. Oh, 144.2 already. Let's see. Where am I losing so much time always? Oh, that was good. Oh, we are on a very good way this time. Nice. Don't mess it up, Mitchell. Yeah. Final corner. Yeah, we can discuss, but middle sector was pretty good this time. Okay, better than last time. 43.7, nice. This is more towards where I want to be. Like I said, for Friday I want to be at a 34.5, so not too far off now. That's then that's like 1 second off the top guys, or 1.5 still, but good quali lap. Not perfect, but okay, nice. I think I need more cojones in the Aqua Minerale. But it always feels so risky to push there. But probably I have to be a bit more confident there. So yeah, we are top split, of course. 1 out of 4. Oh, content creator. Anthony Baytok. Not sure if I know this guy. Anthony Baytok. I don't have a content creator badge. I feel more like I'm one of you guys. So I earned my trusted racer badge. I don't care about the content creator badge. It's sometimes also good to fly under the radar, kinda. So if you crash someone,
Drivers go to the grid for a race start.
it's not immediately, look at this content creator. Of course, he does not know how to race. So that's how I prevent this, kinda. Yeah, P11, pretty good. Look who we have again. Mertins in the Porsche. The battle reloaded. Nice. Yeah, Mugello. Oh yeah, Mugello is also good. But I still prefer Imola. But Italy has so many beautiful tracks like Vallelunga, Modena, Fiorano. Fiorano is not in a lot of simulators, right? Because it's a private track of Ferrari. But there's certainly an Assetto Corsa mod. Yeah, Mugello.
Formation lap has started.
Really good. I just don't like the final corner Mugello. It's a bit stressful. Getting the right apex there for the exit. Enna Pergusa. Who's from Italy, by the way? Post an Italian flag in the chat. Oh, that Mustang didn't want to start. Yeah, now we end up in this weird formation phase again. Where the game... Oh no. Now it tells me to catch up. Erratic driving, of course. Yeah, I will certainly get a drive-through for erratic driving then. It's so weird. Look, this formation is super weird. Like, we have a complete gap now to... Or maybe it's intended to have this? I don't know.
Green flag.
No
Green
drive-through, okay.
flag.
But Mertins has a drive-through. Poor guy. It's a bit tricky here. So let's focus on the start. For a second I thought the yellow Lexus is back. Hey, I'm surprised we saw no hypercar in the gravel. Wow. A clean hypercar start, you never get to see this again. It's like a unicorn. We found a unicorn. And we have a green car still after one lap. Almost one lap. Yeah, I feel sorry for Mertins. I know I had this on the weekend as well, where I tried to catch up a little bit too much, and then the game gave me a drive-through. This is why you see it sometimes broke up. So I have to be super cautious with this. Good learning also for the big 6-hour race on Friday. Don't... yeah, stay within what the game tells you to do. Just because you see a big gap somewhere does not mean that you can close it at the start formation. Should we commit for something here? Probably not. They're already too wide. was not smart opening that for the AMG. But he steps back, thankfully. Oh, now he's committing. Usually the outside line is better for exiting. Yep. Remains true. Oh, Porsche out. It's quite nice that it's a bit colder here right now. But summer will come, guys. GR86 is big brother. It is. It is indeed. I mean, technically I would say the Supra is the GR86's bigger brother. So maybe the Lexus is the uncle. Three degrees geht's here. Oh my goodness me, that's cold. So Mertens has to do his drive-through still. He can do it within 3 laps. There was another track limit. I have to be careful. Yeah, we have 1 out of 4 already after 5 minutes. Focus a bit more on this. Okay, now he's serving. Yeah, I feel bad for him. You cannot really recover from this. You will be 20 seconds behind now. Or 25 even, you lose in a drive-through. It's something you want to avoid under any cost. F1 mod for the G29. I mean, if you drive a lot of F1 and prototypes and such, yeah, definitely. It just is a nicer feel, or closer to the feel that you want to get from the car, and it's not breaking the bank, right? Yeah, usually it can be a bit more wild, but this split is very, very good indeed. Like all hypercars, almost all hypercars are still running. But again, it's super tough catching up with the top guys here. You know, so fast, like the pace they have. At least we can still see them. There's that. I think what we've learned in the first race, Maybe we can save a little bit of
144.6.
energy here and there to make one more lap maybe, but nah, maybe also not worth it. But still, the less you have to refuel during the stop, the shorter amount of time you spend in the pits. Probably it's worth just lift and coast for the first corner. Okay, it's getting cramped up a bit. This Porsche is super slow. Let's see if damage. But yeah, feels good so far, this race. I'll let you guys also see the tire widget in a second. Yeah, okay, 75 to 80 is a really good spot to be in.
Time 144.60.
Oh wow. Double O. Sometimes just something hits and two people go off track at the same time without influencing each other. It's like using a Mario Kart red shell or something. Oh, hypercars arrived. It's just a backmarker hypercar, but still, nice Genesis. Yeah, P8 is beautiful. We're even somewhat on par still with the virtual energy. Yeah, like I said, I tried to coast here and there. Oh, a little bit. That guard went off.
Time 145.54.
At minute 49 already. Oh, there's this Norwegian again. Must be a crazy good driver. Mardukovic. Interesting name combination. Mardukovic, like he has a really interesting name. Porsche's off track. Remarkably recovers from that little rally trip. Yeah, the good part is that the hypercars are quite spread already, so they are not all cramped together. They've created pretty big gaps already, and that makes the traffic handling a bit easier. Yeah, but it's Peugeot Cup once again. I hope for the 6 hours it will be a bit more mixed up. It would be pretty boring to see only Peugeot. I would love to see Aston Martins fly by. Now that I'm also a GT3 driver. Yeah, of course you would take that. Oh, always 1 second that we lose if the hypercar... Oh, a Mustang is out. Gadotti again. Wasn't he the guy that also spun in the last one? Now we earned P7 thanks to that. Oh, Peugeot spun. Wow, what a wild race again. This Genesis backed up nicely. Very good. Yeah, so few Genesis as well. Yeah, this was a bit, I was a bit late on going to the left. It's not ideal from my end, but we all survived. That is what counts. Okay, that's now enough of the hypercars for now. I completely lost connection to Le Pro
Time 1:45.2.
in the Porsche. Some dust, but that is hypercar dust. Whoa. It's so hard to go back to any other simulator for online racing after you experience this nice multi-class action here in LMU. It's really, really good. Okay, these guys are fighting. Now we have an Aston Martin Valkyrie. Prepare for some V12 glory. Okay, it was not as loud as I thought it would be. Still nice to see the car. Come on throttle. Yeah, Petuzer, I thought the exact same, but I didn't want to say it. Because I don't want to make fun of French names, but Le Pro is the name to have, really, if you're a sim racer. Le Pro. The Pro. Oh! What happened? DB spun. Oh, we are P6! Wow. That's the best I ever had in GT3 top split. Wow. Well, I'm really hungry to also get P5 somehow. That Magma Racing Genesis was somehow even a bit louder than the Aston Martin.
Lap 144.40.
The cast design. Oh, Porsche's in the... This time he is really in the gravel. It's P5, boys. Shadow 1 Esports. Greetings, my friends. Now I'm in the position that I don't like, the defending position, and that also means any fuel saving thought is gone. But I don't know how big the effect in LMU is driving behind someone, that the altered airflow also means you have a higher tire wear. Don't know if that's a thing. Maybe the experts in the chat will know. Let's see top speed wise what the Porsche can do. Nope, doesn't look too good for him.
Time 144.37.
Or maybe he's just saving fuel as well. Oh, now I know what happened to the Lexus. Oh, that's weird. A little bit too much rotation and boom. We have yellow front and rear. Porsche tapped us a little bit then. Yeah, that was a bit scary there. A bit too early on the throttle. So this Porsche now. Whoa! Shit. Tire was still a bit hot, maybe. Yeah, 85 in the rear. I think we have to let that Mustang go for now, in worst case. Whoa! This gearbox. This engine. V8 muscle. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Okay, this Lexus is pitting. Interesting.
That time was a 149.10.
No, I'm not. I'm not using this. I tried it, but I didn't really like it. I think it was not perfectly dialed for the wheelbase that I have. I tried to play around with a little bit of the force values and such, but it didn't really add effects that make me faster or that let me feel the car more. I had a lot of conversation actually last week with James about it, but yeah, it didn't really change. Like, it was different but not better, let's put it like this. I think where the FFB is right now is quite good. I think the last patch added a lot of tire vibration. This additional tire slider that you now have, and that already was quite sufficient for me. The thing is, I don't need every single bit of info in the force feedback, to be honest. That's also not the case in real cars. But yeah, I thoroughly respect his work and his constant tweaking and extracting the best out of it. But if there's just one or two guys out there that can enjoy the force feedback more with the settings, then it was already worth it. I think, yeah, our tire is okay again. I was just a little bit too much on the throttle when I spun here. Just hope that our yellow damage does not impact our performance too much. This Mustang driver is pretty quick. Sooner or later he probably would have catched us anyway. Let's see what his lap time is now. We are running low 44s in best case. He's running, 43, yeah. Oh, 2 hypercars coming. I mean, James had a point. He told me, yeah, even if it doesn't make you faster, I mean, that's usually not the goal. The goal is more like immersion. But with this force feedback app, if you can feel the car a bit better in the edge cases of wet driving or alternating the racing line, this is where it could help you if you can feel the car more. But again, like I did not have a feeling that I felt the car a lot more. And then I'm also not afraid, but I don't like the thought to induce something to my wheelbase that does not come from an official game, you know? I mean, the wheelbases usually have internal protection protocols where they don't exceed power levels or heat levels, or they lower the power when they get too hot and stuff, but I kinda don't... It's not a good feeling for me to induce something into my force feedback or into my wheelbase that comes from an not trusted source. I don't know who has done this app, but yeah, something about this makes me back off a bit. maybe it's BS what I'm saying here, but yeah, just for my feeling.
144.69.
So when these two guys have a battle, we might have another shot at getting closer to them. But LePro and Chris Manick are pretty quick. Oh wow, what a save. Oh, Fluor Genesis. Has someone out there of you guys tried force feedback profile? I think that's the point, yeah. Like the force feedback in LMU is not wanting me or not feeling a necessity to change it. It's not that bad, you know. It's super acceptable for me. I feel the car to a level that is good enough, kinda. So I don't want to mess around with another app. If it was really numb and really bad and an app could fix it, I'm in. Yeah, but don't go onto my line. Like the gaps are not really moving right now. You found it a little better? Yeah, okay then, good. I think especially the tire load can make a huge difference. But yeah, for me also, I'm unfortunate enough to also have a Simulcube active pedal that transduces all sorts of effects on the brake. That already really helps me to feel the car on the brakes and such. And I'm using the James Baldwin profile kinda to replicate a kind of a real GT3 pedal feel in the brake. And just my braking consistency, I think you can tell from my braking points and my lap times, it's quite consistent, and that is thankfully, yeah, or based on braking performance more or less. Because getting the correct steering angle and the correct line is the easier part. Most time is really won on the brakes and matching the correct speed for the corner. This one here is also a super tricky one. We got a little track limit penalty. Oh, now we had the beautiful V12 on the left ear. Okay, halfway through, 50% done. Yeah, but the traffic also caused a bit of a bigger gap even now. It could be worse than being in P7. And I think we might have a shot at Le Pro. 2.2 now. Let's see if we can get a little bit of that. Some good laps. Let's see what his lap times look like. We already saved one lap of fuel, 144.6. We had a 144.4. Let's push it to the max. One super spirited focus lap now. We are still battling though. I thought the Mustang would create more of a gap. Okay. It's the problem here. Aqua Minerale, I said it in the qualifying, we hit it once in a very good way, but if you push just a little bit too much there, it happens. And yeah, we lost a good second there now. By catching the car. Overcommitted. Yeah, classic overcommitment then. Maybe for my mindset it's better to not set goals within the race, like, oh, I'm now going for the record lap. Maybe I should just drive. Just do what I do best. At least P7 looks quite safe now. Yeah, 4 seconds now, but also guy behind us is 2.6 still, and I think we are a little bit quicker than him. Oh, some dust. They are hard fighting for P5. I wish we would be closer to them. It would be quite cool to be in this.
That time was a 1:44.81.
I also feel like maybe the yellow damage is impacting our top speed a little bit. Okay, the gap is getting bigger to P8, that's good. And it's still 24 minutes. Extract a little bit more. Can still catch up. Slow Variante out, huh? Okay, now the gap is getting bigger and bigger. Looks like the AMG and P8 had a bit of a moment. Too much sideways here for the exit. But this Porsche is giving the Mustang a really good run for the money.
That time was a 1:44.29.
Okay, best lap so far. A few good laps and then a little bit of luck with the traffic, then we can get a bit closer, but it's hard. 3.3 to the Pro. That was pretty clean. But we are also one of the most consuming cars again. Almost everyone around us has way more, especially the leader. Imagine he is 30 seconds in front and he saved 7% compared to us. This is really master level of driving. Incredible. Bilbao in P1. So he is lifting and coasting, and still a lot quicker than us. Probably I have to save this replay and watch his driving a bit to learn from him. Okay, the gap is getting smaller. Stay focused, there's a chance maybe. P6 in range. Good exit. Will be our new personal best. Closer towards the 44.
Lap 144.17.
Yeah, the good thing is that we don't have to care about anyone else behind us. That's already way more comfortable than last race, where we just got the top 10 towards the end. This time, this is why. This is a bit more safer top 10 that we are reaching if we can finish the race like this. Traffic hurts our efforts a little bit now. It'd be kind of fun if we also had GT4s driving around. You will have to stop a lap or two later than us. We're due in 2 laps now.
Time 144.81.
Just can't reach him. It's incredible. We are so similar in our driving. Whenever I lose a tenth, then he loses a tenth somewhere else. Okay, we have to stop at the end of this lap already. It's pretty early. But
Time
yeah,
1:44.32.
it is what it is. Hmm. 1.5. We are coming. Absolute hero, Sousa, choosing that Aston for our enjoyment. But the timing for our pit stop isn't so bad, because there is quite an amount of hypercars coming now. Next lap, so we can avoid this a little bit. Let's see where we end up. It's hypercar has to be patient, sorry. Okay. 36%. I'm using the SimoCube 3 Pro, the 25 Nm version. Come on. Release us. Yeah, at least we found the pit while being pretty empty.
Lap 2, 16.17.
So no confusion of where to place the car, and it looks like we have pretty clean air coming out of the pits. There's no hypercar, or almost no hypercar coming. Just one hypercar. It will not cost us any time, that's good. And we are P10 already, even with one pit stop, and not everyone has pitted. 13 minutes. 13. I mean, let's see if we can get a little bit closer to the Porsche with the pit stop. At least we had a clean out lap.
Lap 1, 58.64.
Okay, back in P8. Yeah, Le Pro had 2 more laps than us, well. So you will spend maybe 2 seconds less on the pits. Which is not crazy, if you ask me. Yeah, but we will see what the gap is like. We had, what, 2-second gap? Wise man. It depends on what you're upgrading from. But that's usually a pretty solid pedal set, yeah. If you only have Hall effect pedals so far and you want to upgrade to load cell, that's a worth upgrade for sure. Okay, where is he?
That time was a 1:44.88.
Le Pro? Okay, yeah, he... Oh, okay. That was quite a significant time save that he had with this pit stop. 6 seconds, so he won 4 seconds in the pits by consuming less fuel. Oh wow. It's quite a margin. I was never a big fan of the V3 pedals, even though I used them for a long time actually, when I had my Fanatec setup still. Maybe the P2000 is not upgrade enough? P2000 is the 200 kilo load cell or the 100? It's quite sure. If it's the 200 kilo set, then I think it's worth. I think the P1000 is the 100 kilo, right? P2000 the 200 kilo load cell. To be honest, when it comes to load cell pedals, yeah, Magic is really good, Overtake as well. I also like the Consplit ones, the hydraulic pedals. They're also really good. Okay, we are back in P7 at least. Good. I'll be honest, there will probably not be much happening here towards the end. So if you have some questions around sim racing, feel free. Whenever we are on a straight, I can look into the chat. Because, yeah, catching up 5 seconds here in the final 7 minutes is not possible. Hydraulic comes with 100 or 200, yeah. Yeah, go 200. 100 is a little bit too mild for my taste, and 200 really gives you that sweet spot to create your muscle memory. It's just a better brake feel if you have a little bit of resistance. And the 200 kilo load cell gives you a bit more headroom operating that brake also in that longer races and such, so that would be my recommendation, especially if you're already coming from a V3. That was also 200 kilos, right? What's the reason for changing them? Did they break or?
Lap 1:45.07.
PXN, I would rather buy one of the VD wheels, VD10. It's a really good wheelbase. VD6 or VD10. Depends on what you're planning to do, really. If you want to go all out LMU daily racing like I do here, I would probably prefer the 10 Newton meter version because you can just build more muscle memory with your steering. It just feels nicer and deeper and more immersive. If you're just rallying or drifting or driving Assetto Corsa stuff, I think the VD6 is also a perfect choice. But we have a whole video on this actually. Are you on Xbox? Yeah, then of course it's a bit different. Xbox and Forza. Yeah, then it's fine. Yeah, I tested the V12 Lite. I'm not sure about Ultra. I remember testing the V10 Lite of PXN. Also on Xbox and PlayStation, it was pretty good. Good enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably you probably have a little budget in mind for an Xbox setup because otherwise the real license stuff is also pretty good, like Moza or Aztec Initium for Xbox is also really good, I think. And otherwise the Fanatec stuff, of course, Logitech. He's still catching up, but it will not be enough. He probably realized and is now driving a bit more chill. This is a direct hypercar fight behind us. Is it? P8 and P9, yeah. Two French men here fighting in the Peugeot. Ooh, that was a little bit too much grass. Moza R5 and never experienced clipping. Then you have not played Assetto Corsa Competizione. Yeah, ACC is most prone to clipping. If you go above 50% in-game FFB, it's certainly clipping. Software clipping. My reason is the wheelbase. I run 8 Newton meter. Depending on the car, but it clips a lot and also get a better video. La Prima or some Magic Alpha. Yeah, Aztec stuff is great. I'd say for me, Aztec and some Magic are pretty much on par. Oh my god, the leaders. Oh my god, they are still fighting. I remember first when they overtook us in the beginning, they were already fighting. They were fighting for a constant hour. That must be so much fun, but also so stressful in the hypercar. I wonder who will make it. The Norwegian guy? Yeah, look what you get the best deal on, to be honest. Like, Aztec is super good. It's a Magic as well. Good stuff, so...
9.3.
Oh, my microphone clipped again. Yeah. What I was about to say is that the clipping topic for, let's stick with the example of ACC. Up until I had the 18 Newton meter wheelbase from St. Magic, I had the clipping issues, because if you set the force feedback to more than 50%, there can be a lot of clipping in ACC, in the GT3 cars, for example. And with 50% in game and 100% wheel, you still get then a good amount of 9-ish Newton meter peak or holding torque. And that feels about right for driving GT3s, but yeah, of course you don't need the real forces. Yeah, it won't make you faster. It's just an immersion thing. And there are some types of drivers who benefit from a little bit higher force feedback, because it helps them to create this muscle memory for the corners and the steering angle. But as I said earlier today, that's not the most hard thing to learn in sim racing, steering angles or steering technique. It's more decided on the brake. Okay, we brought it home in P7. Great. Oh! That is unfortunate. Kron here with the spin on the start-finish straight. Yeah, we're done. Oh, there's a tire. Can we drive? Oh no, it's disappeared. Yeah, P7, wow. That's more than I ever hoped for. It's a really good result. Perfect. Yeah, great. That was strong. P7 and top split, really, really good. Let's look at the lap times, maybe. Yeah, we are kinda where we should be, right? A P7 was the correct result for us. It would have been a bit more tense if we did not have this little donut, or not donut, but we kinda lost the car in the hairpin once, and that when we were in P5, so we could have had a great fight with the Ford and the Porsche. But yeah, congrats to the winners. So who won now in overall? It was indeed Bila. But this, look how many Peugeots there are. It's full of Peugeots, wow. Yeah, but it was a great race. Yeah, good improvement, right? Alone in this race, in the second race, good improvement, better in qualifying, better in the race. I'm prepared. I feel very prepared for this race. So yeah, good result. I think I certainly gained a little bit here in Silver 2 with this race as well. So yeah, all the reasons to be happy here today. Yeah, it was a great stream with you, to hang out with you guys. I got an achievement. Complete 50 daily races. Woohoo! Just Steam achievement popped up. Yeah, thank you guys for watching as well, and for liking, for subscribing, for doing all the good stuff to us. Can't be more thankful. And yeah, some cool discussions here. Hope I could have helped some of you with your sim racing hardware questions. And yeah, see you in the next one. Probably tomorrow, if not tomorrow on Wednesday. And then, but tomorrow will be a live stream for sure. The AC Evo Club thing in the evening. And then on Friday is the 6-hour race. So thank you all for watching. See you next time. Enjoy your week. Bye-bye.